Hey everybody, this is me, Todd Andrew Barnett. I'm back. I'm officially in my new loft. Uh, I'm in my brand new home. It's a condo in Clinton Township. I'm very stoked. I'm very excited. There's a lot for us to go into, but before I do, I just want to let you and everybody know that my mom and I finally moved, and we did finally move and all. So we did all those things. We moved. We finally had the opportunity to um, make the trek from Conrad in Chesterfield Township to this wonderful condo in Clinton Township. And I love Clinton Township. I'm close to my doctors. I'm close to some great restaurants, great places, so forth. So I'm stoked. I'm excited about that. Okay. Let's see here. What can we talk about? Um, oh yeah, this is the reason why we're talking today. But I just wanted to let everybody know that this is the reason why I'm here, and this is the reason why, and that I'm here with you guys, and why we're talking, and why we're talking more about comics, new entertainment news, movies, um, everything related to sci-fi and comics, and even in some cases horror. So there you have it. Okay, well, um, let's see here. I want to talk about Brie Larson, the actress who is currently starring in the new movie Marvel, or Captain Marvel. She plays the character. She was picked to play the character from Marvel Comics. And I will say, she goes on camera and she makes insulting comments about white men. She was interviewed on the press junket for A Wrinkle in Time when that movie came out, and it's a Disney picture, by the way. And what happened was she was asked about the movie, about the white male audiences, about, well, the audiences in general, not just white males. And it turns out that she's reputed for having said, this movie was not made for a white man. It was made for women of color, teen women of color, biracial teens, women, the whole 9 yards. I mean, she made these pro-feminist, pro-virtue signaling comments. But then she goes on this interview saying that, and the second it hits the mainstream, it's like, bitch, shut the fuck up. For 2 minutes straight, can't you do that? Can't you just behave? It's like, what is wrong with you? What is absolutely wrong with you? Seriously, I just don't get it. I just don't get how people could actually say these things, knowing full well that they're going to get attacked because of the attitudes that they have towards certain members of their audiences. And people like Brie Larson, who I think is a politically correct feminist. She's a progressive, obviously, and she just says shit that just comes out of her mouth, and she knows she does. She's a terrible communicator. She's a hater. Obviously, I don't know why people put up with that shit. Why do moviegoers put up with that kind of bullshit that you hear from Brie Larson? Initially, I was giving Captain Marvel the benefit of the doubt, but the movie wasn't really all that great. Initially, I thought it was a very good film. I liked it. But then I found myself hating it because its star is alienating vast numbers of her audiences worldwide. And it doesn't matter which type of audiences we're talking about. This is Brie Larson, who's gone full feminist. She won't shut the fuck up. She'll keep opening her mouth and saying all this shit. I mean, she's basically been nasty to Josh Brolin on the interview circuit. She's been nasty to Chris Hemsworth. It's like, can't you just shut up for a couple of hours? No one wants to hear you speak. We don't think you're that great of an actress. We think that you suck as an actress. You obviously suck, Brie. And there's no accounting for taste when people are saying, when you have certain people saying, oh, well, I like Brie Larson. Yeah. Me, I just have no use for her. I think she's a man-hating, virtue-signaling bitch who really has said a lot of horrendous stuff about white men. And she's out there thinking that all white men are just evil, oppressive, they're misogynistic. Bitch, you want to talk about misogynistic and sexist and man and woman hating? Go and head to the Middle East. Just do it. Go to the Middle East. Go to any Middle Eastern country. See how they treat women in terms of the rape culture there. Since most of you women out there, and I'm not talking about most women in general, but I'm talking about the feminists who seem to believe that there's a rape culture going on here in the US. Try going out to Iran or even places like, say, Pakistan or wherever, and you'll find some women hating culture there because a lot of the men there, they have stoned women to death, they've thrown acid to their faces, they've done a lot of harmful things to women. They've stoned gays. I mean, try going there. Try going there and see where that takes you. Right? I mean, try going there and checking out how people treat you over there. And you'll be a second class citizen in an instant. I can tell you from the beginning of the whole thing that all the women out in the Middle East, none of them have any rights. None of them are able to defend themselves. None of them are able to protect themselves. I mean, do you really want to go and start this shit with men here in the United States over this supposed rape culture that purportedly exists here? There isn't a rape culture here in the US. There's a rape culture in those parts of the world, but not here in the US. And if you're so concerned and so upset about rape culture, why aren't you objecting to what's going on in Iran, Iraq, Pakistan, Afghanistan, and so many places where Sharia law is in effect, where Sharia law is legal? Where the fuck have you been? So, I mean, you women are extremely privileged. You're self centered, arrogant children. You're women children who have the mindset that you are owed something, that we owe you something because of this. You know, I don't know you shit. I don't. I owe you nothing. So when we deal with this shit, when we look at the problems in that part of the world, yeah, there is rape culture going on there. And the women here should be objecting to that. But you know something? A lot of women have this idiocy about them that I've noticed is very transparent. Oh boy. How about, let's see here. How about the fact that Hollywood objectifies women, particularly on screen, on TV? You see women, having sex on television. I don't see any of them being pissed off about being in the nude, yet they encourage sexual harassment behavior and behavior that would be improper. And they they really bring out sort of a need, sort of an interest, a need for an interest in propriety. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've seen women nude on TV. I've seen women fucking on camera. I've seen, women, um, being hated and bastardized in rap music. And they dance with the rappers and rap music like, oh, that's supposed to be a great thing. But with that said, where's the outrage? Where's the outrage if we're going to be here talking about how great it is? When it comes to people like Brie Larson, and I was just thinking about this. You know, I've seen movies that have sexualized women to the point where they're not even respected. Um, Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just more conservative nowadays than I used to be. And I don't have a problem with what women do with their bodies, except for cases of abortion. But when it comes to things like, you know, how women behave, how they date nowadays, it's more about hookup culture than marriage. It's more about, oh, well, how many guys I can sleep with. And women really have no sense of ethics and morality. It's like the need to meet someone and getting to know them not be extremely easy. And then perhaps if you're right for each other, you two will get married. That probably would be an ideal situation. But Brie Larson is a bitch. She has no business talking about men who watch her movies because most comic book movies, and I'm going to tell you right now, comic book movies like the Marvel Universe, those demographics are huge numbers of men. This is the scoring for the Marvel Universe. The audiences are male dominated. Now, how many women do you know actually go and see comic book movies? Very few. I see more men going to these movies and bringing their kids with them than women walking in there. That's not to say that there isn't a specific class or a specific um, type of or a specific group number of women who go to these movies and see them, but they're not female dominated. Even if she wanted these movies to be for women, a lot of women are looking at her and thinking, and I didn't say all, I said a lot. A lot are basically saying, she's full of shit. She is full of fucking ass shit. So that's my bitch about Brie Larson, and she is this bitch who is privileged. She's a lily white girl who thinks she's better than every other actor out there. And a lot of actors don't like working with her because of her attitudes towards them. There's been talk now that she may be replaced pretty soon, given her recent behavior by the press. Um, so if that's true, and if she's doing that, wow. That's all I gotta say. I mean, well, actually, there's a little bit more I can say on the subject. I think Brie Larson is going to make Avengers Endgame, the next Avengers movie, look like a piece of shit. You know, considering that there's been talk by Disney's very own Roger Iger, a lot of executives, and a lot of people associated with the entertainment industry, with the film industry in general, that she could be removed. And if she's going to be removed, who's going to take her place? Who are they going to replace her with? So that's going to be interesting, and we're going to see how well she does with a number of people according to that entire mentality that she's been trying to create, in Hollywood and so forth. She's not a likable actress in Hollywood, and I don't think she'll ever be a likable actress in Hollywood. Not as long as she lives. So, anyway, that's all I have to say on that subject. I'm going to have some stuff set up. I'm gonna have, like a box put in on the screen here so that I can read articles while we're talking about it. Trailer reaction video. I'm gonna have my own trailer reactions. I'm gonna do my own thing, and I hope my good friend Becca Random 42 joins me, and let's make the best of it. So, alrighty then. I guess I will see you guys later. Adios and churros.